It now pushes the deadline out. The due date is now a week later. And it's like, oh, wait a second, that's a fixed point. That's what I do.
You got batteries rerun? I mean,
What we're doing is we did it, we just started creating. So
I have another battery just in case.
loading Excel spreadsheet, where it's going to the math, and then we'll roll that into the final building period.
Why don't you go over it now? What you do is check the gas is a high priority.
you want this on? I
Yeah.
don't have it on.
It is on.
Oh, it is on.
The high priority is 20 psi, and the regular helium that goes to the CDA is 90 psi.
I think the way we put it is just like put it this way, and we put it on this side. You got one small strip there and one small strip there. The point is it has to be it's square. It doesn't start putting way around. And if you got something
Here, you do it over.
I was gonna, but I think I wanted to get closer to that. And it was like to get pictures of the house.
Okay, use that instead of making those.
That's what it said, yeah.
And we'll have the picture.
Yeah. I gotta get used to this.
Check them out. I'll find the right ones.
the seismic time downs for the future. You should be starting with this corner. What they're really pointing to the level. What they do to bolt it to the floor, you could imagine a sheet of metal, heavy metal. Looks like a fork here, and it's exactly like this. It's like this, like this. They bring it over here, they take it, put it between the two rods, or the rod, and they bolt it to the floor. So this one should be pointing actually to it. Actually, if you could take, eventually if you could take it out and replace it here and put it
Mustafa, you mind close-up?
might as well just take the pins out again.
Yeah,
on this one. This one comes, there's a hole over here. Yep. Goes so like this through the hole, it keeps the cable up.
I don't know. So you like moisture or anything or water?
You know, you don't want to keep dragging it down. On the back. So this one has to be rotated 180.
Same with that one.
Same with this one. Unless, I mean, for, yeah. Yeah, the problem, see if we leave it also like this, see this guy? It's gonna hit the edge, time in and time out, and you might start feeling of the oscillation. So this one actually needs to go that way. That's what you do is, I think you take these 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, you leave everything. I think you take this off with the sheet metal out, just with it.
I got those for the weights, so we scales.
Okay, good. That's what.
The heavier.
Yeah. This is for the zero.
It's for the zero, yeah.
Right. You can't use this. You still need 40 pounds or 50 pounds or what have you. If you use, do you guys use bottled water, big bottled water?
Yeah.
That's one perfect one to put it on.
Okay.
Really simple is a 5-gallon container. They're, I forgot whether they're 40 pounds or 44 pounds or something like that. But you could weigh them and just use them for weight. For these two guys, this is from Span or Milford. If you could go to Veriflow from now on, I don't think they might be even cheaper than these guys. But Span themselves, we finally get an okay from Novalis that we could go to Veriflow. That was the original problem. Novalis has to okay it, major component like this.
Yeah.
Finally they did, and Span has always been a pain in the butt. These are good. If you can, without. The other thing with this, and Ray could tell you, if you bend it at this end, really bend it, did not work very good. This is fine. This is fine. Plastic is cheaper than this one. Go for the plastic. The other one, it should be a little bit wider. See, it's either this one is in too far, or this one has to be a little bit wider.
Yeah, that's it too.
It's gonna hit this one, and the more it hits it,
The more paint's gonna chip.
yep. Put plastic, it's no problem. I forgot whether this one should be painted or not. If this one is not painted, it's okay, unless they say something about it. But yeah, definitely you need to push it out a little bit. Just this is really good over here the way they did the paint, but sometimes they leave the edges of the paint. It will be on the edges of everything, and it bothers Novalis. You just have to make sure there is no paint on the edges over here.
And no more
the stuff we throw in the bottom of the crate to keep the moisture out.
Well,
Desiccant.
yeah, we don't use it.
Don't use it, okay.
We haven't.
And you don't put a bag over the top of the machine anymore. Just shrink wrap it.
Just
You shrink wrap it across the top.
Everything.
Yeah,
Has
okay.
to be. It really has to be sealed after you
Yeah.
shrink wrap it.
Okay.
But everything's put together, right? The gas, everything's locked tight. Right?
Everything is locked down. The only thing that is it loose, you bring a big white envelope, like I told you that. You put the manual in it, put a copy of this and the certificates, the three certificates. You don't put the parts, the one with the serial number, that doesn't go in the envelope itself. That customer doesn't need it. What's inside is going to go to the end user, and they don't have to know what serial number parts there are. On the outside, it's a different story. You put this one, and you put the certificates, and you put the serial number on the outside. The inside, you put these, put the the key for the keyboard, the key for the door latch. You don't have to, of course, you don't lock it. The 4-level sensors, these guys.
Yeah, those are packaged separately. Tell me about the seismic tie downs.
It's similar, exactly like this, but the location is somewhere.
Oh, you're talking about seismic tie down labels.
The labels.
Okay, yeah.
This one is for the labels.
Yeah, okay. No,
This
great.
guy.
Okay.
Yeah, this
All
is
right,
all
okay.
labels over there.
Do you supply seismic tie down brackets?
No, all we supply is this.
Yeah, okay.
Two different customers. Some of them they level it and they bolt it, and some of them they throw it away,
Yeah.
put it on the floor, and they put a different mold on it.
Okay.
But we have to supply it.
So this is label, sorry. Yeah, that's what it says, label checklist. I'm gonna just read it. All right, let's see. Level and yeah. Now on the floppy disk, you have an old label now that you put on that?
So far, if you notice, you wouldn't find an arch or a falling or anything on anything. We just got permission to put some indication that Arch is making it, and what we're doing is the screensaver. We're gonna have it do something with Arch. But
All right.
if you guys want to do some kind of advertising for your company, the only thing that you could do probably is put Rentec something on the manifold itself. You know,
Engrave it.
engrave it or do whatever you want to do. Thank you very much. Nothing to be on the outside. Seriously, once again, you won't see anything says Arch on this one, therefore we can't have you put anything says
Same thing.
Rentec on it.
But we can on the manifold.
You know, the manifold, nobody comes and just see it. You could put it on the manifold, you could do something over here.
Sit down for 5 minutes with you and Mustafa. Just go over this one more time. Want to do that? Yeah, and then we'll come out here and do it. Okay. Because I want to make a few notes.
Okay? I could remember. Remember I told you U12 pin 10?
Yep.
Okay. It is U12 pin 10. You need to take that leg.
Well,
Yeah. Just break it off.
yep. Which one is that? Interface board.
On the interface board. It's actually, the problem is, this one, if you shut it down, the ready signal, it indicates that it's still ready. But if you remove it, when you shut it down, the system indicates that it's not ready.
No. You're saying that all the interface boards that you've been buying have not had this leg removed.
No,
Some are and some aren't.
we removed all of them.
Okay.
What they do, the easiest thing that they say that they could do is put the chip in as is, and before you put it in the machine, take cutter and just screw it on. Okay.
Is this a rev on the interface board now?
Yes, yes.